You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Common sense, comedy, and freedom. You found the defenders of American exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. Ooh. That was louder in my ear than I thought it was.
That's your fault.
I know. It is actually my fault. I must have my...
I don't know what you're doing. No, it's not you, dude.
No, it is. I got my gain turned up really
you got it really up?
Somebody was messing with my thing. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
You guys are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Those of you who've never listened to or tuned in before, I'm Dylan.
I'm Steven.
And that's what I was going to say.
Yep.
Not well, I'm Steven. I wasn't going to say I'm Steven.
Well,
I was
yeah.
going to say you're Steven.
Well, you know, I can tell for myself. It's okay.
This is true.
I've done it enough times.
This is the and this is the glimpse of the banter that is
back and forth of what we do all the time.
It is a little taste of what we do. So
yep.
And we just lost 3 more people.
Yep. Pretty much.
Happy Saturday. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. We know there's a bunch of other things you could be doing, and you're here.
Yes.
So,
yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's a Saturday.
It is Saturday. And especially, and like around here, it's rainy and crappy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, which means that more people should actually be watching right now.
You would think.
Because it's crappy and rainy outside.
You would think.
Or they might be asleep. If they're asleep, then I don't blame them.
I do blame them.
I don't blame them.
No, I still will blame them.
I've been really tired lately, so I really don't blame them. It's no problem at all. Anyway, you can find us at DOAE Show on Facebook, which is where we're at right now.
You
can also find us on Twitter at DOAE Show. Go to YouTube at DOAE Show. You can also go to patreon.com/DOAE Show. And become a patron of ours. Also get some good swag.
Yes. We are also on iHeartRadio under Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We're at Spreaker.com.
Yep. You can also go to the Lanterns.buzz page and find us there.
Mm-hmm.
Under Defenders.Lanterns.buzz, right?
SoundCloud, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Just a whole mess of different places. Basically, if you can find...
if you can
a
find
podcast
sound.
or anything like that, if you can find sound, we're pretty much there.
We're trying.
You have no excuse.
It's right. You have to
no
listen.
Excuse.
You should be listening.
Your parents should be listening.
Exactly.
And
your children.
Well,
no. Sorry. Your children shouldn't always be listening because some of the subjects that we do talk about is probably a little bit touchy.
We try to keep it a family show, but
some of the subjects that we push into.
But anyway, yeah, you have no excuse. Play for your dog while you're out of the house. I'm good. I would be good with that, actually.
Side note, we actually have advertisers now.
We do.
So you will be hearing throughout the breaks, you will be hearing our
actual
advertisers.
Commercials.
You will be hearing real commercials.
Holy smokes, we're getting legit,
They are not fake. They are real commercials.
Yeah.
If it is something that attunes to you, please check it out. Go talk to them. That will support them and help support us.
Helps us keep the lights on.
That's right. Well,
I mean, yeah, well, sort of, in a really roundabout kind of way.
Yes,
but anyway,
eventually.
Great show planned this evening. First off, we're going to start with somebody actually local.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of made the viral scene.
Yes.
His name is Mark Robinson. He's a Greensboro native who was at a city council meeting on Tuesday.
Yep.
And the thing that set him apart was he kind of had a rant.
How about we just hear it?
You know what? Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think of ways to
let's just
say
roll
that beautiful bean. For himself. Go ahead.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes. My name is Mark Robinson. Lived in Greensboro all my life. I didn't have time to write a fancy speech. I didn't have time to, I didn't have the the resource of an English teacher to sit down and write a speech with at school today and be brought over here or practice or anything. What I really came down here for is this. I've heard a whole lot of people in here talking tonight about this group and that group, and domestic violence, and blacks, these minorities and that minority. What I want to know is, when are you all going to start standing up for the majority? And here's who the majority is. I'm the majority. I'm a law-abiding citizen who's never shot anybody, never committed a serious crime, never committed a felony. I've never done anything like that. But it seems like every time we have one of these shootings, nobody wants to put the blame where it goes, which is at the shooter's feet. You want to put it at my feet. You want to turn around and restrict my right, constitutional right that's spelled out in black and white. You want to restrict my right to buy a firearm and protect myself from some of the very people you're talking about in here tonight. It's ridiculous. I don't think Rod Serling could come up with a better script. It does not make any sense. The law-abiding citizens of this community and many communities around this country, we're the first ones taxed and the last ones considered and the first ones punished when things like this happens, because our rights are the ones that are being taken away. That's the reason why I came down here today. Gun show or no gun show, NRA or no NRA. I'm here to stand up for the law-abiding citizens of this community, because I'm going to tell you that what's going to happen. You can take the guns away from us all you want to. You all write a law, I follow the law, I'll bring my guns down here, I'll turn them in. But here's what's going to happen. The Crips and the Bloods on the other side of town, they're not going to turn their guns in. No. They're going to hold on to them.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa. You have a problem? Did you say something?
Whoa.
Hold on. What's going on? That was, I mean, you literally did, that was so good. Like, I got goosebumps on my goosebumps.
I know. I know. But what is he saying? Is he saying that the bad guys aren't going to abide by the law?
I know. It's a weird concept, isn't it? Is that weird? I know we've been told repeatedly.
Maybe he'll clear it up.
Maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's keep going. We'll see.
And what's going to happen when you have to send the police down there to go take them? The police can barely enforce the law as it is. As what I see, we demonize the police, criminalize and vilify the police, and we make the criminals into victims. And we're talking about restricting guns? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that when the police department's already hamstrung? You're not going to be able to go down here and take these guns from these criminals. So the criminals are going to hold on to their guns. They're still going to have them. They're still going to break in my house, and they're still going to shoot me with them. And guess who's going to be the one that suffers? It's going to be me. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight, it is not going to happen without a fight. And when I say fight, I don't mean shots fired. I don't mean fist thrown. I mean I'm going to come down here to this city council and raise hell just like these loonies from the left do until you listen to the majority of the people in this city. And I am the majority. The majority of the people in this city are law-abiding. And they follow the law, and they want their constitutional right to be able to bear arms. They want to be able to go to the gun show and buy a hunting rifle or sport rifle. There are no military-grade weapons sold at the gun show. An AR-15 is not a military-grade weapon. Anybody that would go into combat with an AR-15 is a fool. It's a semi-automatic .22 rifle. You'd be killed in 15 minutes in combat with that thing.
Basically.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Just for clarification, an AR-15 is not a 22.
It's a glorified 22.
But it's not a.
It's not a 22, but it's not that strong, is what he's saying.
And I got that, but
he's saying.
I get the point, but I just wanted for clarification.
Okay.
Because you never know.
For clarification, it is not actually a 22.
No.
But it's not that strong.
Yeah, no,
it's not strong enough to be in a shooter.
The actual, it's a 5.56, I believe.
Yeah, but it's
something like that. But anyway, just to clarify, go ahead.
Stop all this division that we got going on here. Because the bottom line is, when that Second Amendment was written, whether the framers liked it or not, they wrote it for everybody.
Yep.
And I am everybody.
Yes, sir.
And the law-abiding citizens of this city are everybody. And we want our rights, and we want to keep our rights. And by God, we're going to keep them. Come hell or high water.
I think that pretty much sums it up.
I mean, I can't really say much more about that. Hey, you know what?
That's,
Power to you, buddy.
I wish, not that he would, I mean, he's from Greensboro, so he wouldn't be in our district, but I really hope this man runs for office.
For something.
For something.
Even if it is city council. Because you know what? That's where he's going. He went to the local level, which is actually where you can affect, as an individual, that is the place that you can affect change. Is the local level.
Yep.
That's where you can go. That's where you can do your most damage as a citizen.
Yep. Everybody thinks that, it's, it's when you vote and go for the presidency and this, no. It's the reason why our congressmen and our senators are crap for all intents and purposes.
Right.
Is because of the fact that we're not watching our tail and fixing our stuff here on the local level. We're not worrying about what's going on in our town. So therefore, the people that are running our towns they're the ones who are sending people to Congress.
Yes.
And then they're the ones who are voting on the people who are going to be running for president. And they're the ones who are setting this entire thing up while we all sit back and complain about it.
Yeah, the funny thing is we touched on this last week when we were talking with Riaz. He came out and said, the local level is where we really need to be talking about stuff.
Yep.
He was the one that came out and said that. Now, I may not agree with what he believes in many cases when it comes to politics.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we might look at things differently.
But we both agree that the local level is where we should be effective.
Yes. Because that's what I tried to lead on going back to with that conversation with him is, who knows better about your house than you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I can't go to your house and tell you how to live your life and how to spend your money and how to make your budget because I don't live in your situation.
Right.
I don't know what you have. I don't have that experience. I'm literally from the outside looking in.
Whereas, on the outside?
Yeah, don't.
Stained? Anybody?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
We're moving on.
Okay.
But I mean, nobody knows how to run your life better than you do.
Yes.
And the problem with it is we've gotten to a point where we've allowed people who are hundreds, in some cases thousands of miles away, to literally dictate to us how we're supposed to live when they've never been in our life. They've never seen where we live. They don't know the experiences that we've had. They don't have any of that to base a solid, sound judgment on what our community should be.
Yes. But Dylan, I can see through you. I can see your true colors.
I can't. The song is now stuck in my head. I'm gonna stab you with a pen.
Anyway, no, but really,
you so bad right now.
You are right. Look, that is the point.
Yeah.
The way that we affect change is we affect change by involving ourselves in the most local things that we can do.
Yep.
There are hundreds and thousands of positions that are up for election that nobody goes for, that nobody at all fights for. You have the same person up for election, nobody contending against it, nobody at all. The guy just gets elected and elected and elected by default because there's nobody contending. There's no argument. There's nobody to fight sides. There's nobody to say, well, I can do this better or I have a better idea.
Yep.
And if you go and you look, you want to affect change, you want to do something better, go actually look at the candidates that are in place right now. Yeah. In your district, in your local area. Look, and if you can't do it, find somebody who will go and do it.
Yeah, look, midterms are right around the corner.
They have to be filed.
Yeah,
right now.
I was gonna say, midterms are around the corner. If you're not even, I'm not even talking about from that level. I'm talking about to get to enact your change. The midterms are coming. Right now is the most crucial time for for the local people. For us to make our actual change, this is it. This is the moment that we can do this in, because like in our case with Alan Chesser.
Yes.
In my district.
Well, your case.
It's my
not
district.
my case.
But that's what I'm saying. In my district. But we have Alan Chesser. The only way he's going to be able to make it to the general
is by people's support.
Is by people like me.
Yep.
Getting behind it and trying to vote for him, or anybody else that's running that's in the district. This is where those changes happen, because otherwise, and again, I'm using it from my personal spot, but otherwise, if he doesn't make it, then we're stuck with George Holding again, and it's not good.
It's really not good.
It's not good.
Really not good.
And so this is where the change starts. This is where you actually are the most important. It's not the presidency. The president's the last.
It is the highest office in the land, but it's only the highest office in the land because it's the only office that is the executive over all 50 states. That's it. That's all. But we have so many things that we can do here locally. We have more power in the hands of local government.
Yes.
In the hands of local and state and in the individual than they ever do in the federal elections.
Look, the local government, just throwing this out there, affects not just what, how it's not just a ripple going out throughout the rest of the country and throughout the rest of the state. It also, if you're involved and you set it up properly, also will help protect you from the crap coming from the top down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When Trump starts to want to roll things down or do things going down the line, they're going to turn around and say, hey, no, you're not going to, because boom, 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 boom. And they'll be able to be ready to fight it.
Yes.
And again, that's the most important thing to do, period.
Exactly. You have to get out there. You have to be able to either present yourself as a person who is willing to serve in that area, or if you find somebody that you can back them with everything that you have.
Money, support of any kind of, go put a sign out in your yard. Just
anything.
Anything whatever you can do, because if they're not wasting their time, they're doing it because they believe in it and they want change. And if you want the same change, you need to support those folks.
Exactly.
So, but anyway, we're going to get ready to take a break. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Money, 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 money. You gotta have it. When you need it, what do? If you don't have a rich uncle, call Lending Tree. With us, hundreds of banks compete for your business, so you'll get loans with competitive interest rates, and in some cases, with no closing costs. So here's the deal. If you need money, call us. Do you want to refinance your current loan? Are you 62 or older and interested in a reverse mortgage? Then call Lending Tree now. 800-469-7208, 800-469-7208. We've closed over $250 billion in loans. We know what we're doing and can help you. Call right now for a free quote. 800-469-7208, 800-469-7208, 800-469-7208. That's 800-469-7208. NMLS number 1136.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
800-942-3078. 800-942-3078. Again, that's 800-942-3078.
Hey, this is Ricky from Banyan Hill. You like freedom? I do. You like money?
I do too.
I do too. You like freedom and money? I've apparently been replaced by some dude named Jack. I don't like that new dude named Jack. I really don't. He's kind of a
And you know what?
douche.
So, funny thing.
Hope
you guys enjoyed the commercials. Like I said,
that we announced at the beginning that
like I said at the very beginning of the show where I announced it and I said something about it. You know, if you had been here, please, if those things, if the things that our advertisers actually go for, if that's something that you're interested in, look into them, call them, use those 1-800 numbers that they use. Those actually direct them to us, so that supports them and they support us.
And that's what makes the world go round.
That's right. That's capitalism.
Yeah. And then, you know, I just don't know.
You don't know?
I miss. I'm still upset that we've lost Ricky. We've lost him.
He'll always be in your heart.
He will. I'm going to find a way to bring him back. If I have to make my own commercial just to play it to hear every now and again, I'm going to bring Ricky back. I think it'll be good. We'll see what happens.
I know.
But anywho, moving on to our next topic. Something that also, again, has kind of hit us a little close to home.
Way too close to home.
So it was not exactly planned this way, BT Dubs. We weren't shooting strictly for, oh, look, this is an old North Carolina stories.
This is really close to home. Let's use this.
This one just popped up. Yeah. I want to say, I think I saw it like first time this morning, and it was, I was rather shocked.
Yes. But so which one do you want to use? Do you want to use the Blaze? Do you want to use WRAL? Let me know.
We'll start with the. We could start with the Blaze. We'll start with the Blaze one just to get the basic. The basic nutshell is a black parent is unhappy that white privilege handout was sent home to her second grader son.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
second grade. And they're trying to say something to the effect of, you know, hey, there's apparently an issue with, and the way it starts off is understand the concept of white privilege.
Understanding white privilege.
Yeah. Because that's what you do, apparently, is you introduce the concept of, air quotes, white privilege at second grade, so then they can start to be indoctrinated at an early age to move on to, you know, continue the fight and the belief that you know, hey, apparently we're racist.
Hey, guess what? Everybody's a racist, and you're going to figure out why.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Isn't it great? It's good stuff.
Isn't that wonderful? That's just so good.
It is. The mother's name is Amber Pabin. God, I'm getting so much
you're going to be so much trouble for that.
Her 8-year-old son came home one day last month from a Hunter Magnet Elementary School in Raleigh with a two-sided paper in his hands, and the mom was very, very, very upset.
Yes.
My son comes home to ask me, Mommy, are white people better than me? She recalls to the station, he's 8 years old. What does he need to know about racism or white privilege? And I have to say, I completely agree.
That is a good question.
Why?
So apparently she didn't actually catch this until they were on step 3.
Oh, good.
So, and let me ask you a question. If you had an idea about a step-by-step process, with that step-by-step process, how many would there be to explain to a black community that white people are racist? How many steps?
How many steps? Good round number. I could think of maybe 11.
11.
Yeah.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound very round.
I know.
It sounds like a prime.
It does.
But it doesn't sound round.
Well, but primes can be round.
But this one isn't.
No, it's not.
But you would be correct.
I would be correct. It's almost like I knew the story in advance.
I know. It's weird. Like almost.
Like we prepped for this or something.
Something like that.
But yes, so there are 11 steps apparently that this school teacher at this magnet school in Raleigh had gotten from the Citizenship and Social Justice website.
Citizens and Social Justice website.
Yeah, which is literally citizenship and social justice.com. In case you guys want to frequent it or you want to look into it. Let's see. Reading it says, while anyone can benefit from the resources that make up this guide, I do not deny that I make a concerted effort to keep white Americans reading. As I discuss later, this stubborn but often lovable demographic is one of the most often gets racism wrong. Generally, they are the ones who most need a guide. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm going to stop there for a moment. As being someone who is deemed and considered to be a white guy,
yes, you are a white guy.
The description,
very, very white guy.
The way are you saying I'm as colored as a polar bear? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's about, but they have some color in their fur sometimes.
Well, it's on their nose. That's it. But the way that description just laid all that out, I'm sorry, but I find that rather offensive. And I usually don't, but I'm like, it's just the way you could, the part that is in parentheses, but often lovable?
Yes. Often lovable.
I feel like whoever this is literally is patting me on the head going, it's okay, little fella, it's okay. Don't worry, dummy. Here, put the helmet on, you'll be fine.
Which way did it go, George?
That's exactly.
So
finally, as despite, if you would quit moving it, I could read it. Finally, despite its considerable length, consider this as a guide, as a primer, one likely to take in over an extended period of time. Here's the contents.
Okay, stop. Hold on.
We're going to stop. We're not even going to start on step one yet.
No, you've got to hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Primer. As in, like, priming the pump? Mm-hmm. As in, like, primary schooling? As in, like, primary education, as in, this is the first steps into making sure that our social justice ideology and indoctrination will be presented and forever inculcated into our existence?
That's the route I'm going, yes. Now, granted, again, I could be still very highly offended that I'm being talked to and talked down to, so maybe I'm just being a little...
You are being talked down to.
I am talked down to, but maybe it's just being offended by that. I don't know. But anyway, let's start this. Step one: understand the importance of confronting race despite the taboo of race.
Okay, now hold on. This is a tab. I've got to open it up here. Want to make sure what we're doing here.
So, but that's just the taboo of race.
Okay, the taboo of race. Oh, you know what? It's not actually a tab. It's just a drop down.
Oh, good.
I don't like these guys. It's actually just a drop down. All right, so
we'll just go over those things.
Yeah,
anyway.
we'll go through. So the first step is committing to a dive deep, to dive deep into race.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote this thing.
Guys, what is wrong with you?
Before we do, a few words about intersectionality. Which stresses the interconnectedness of our overlapping identities.
Okay,
I feel like we talked about that once before.
Let's go to step two.
Understand the foundational concept of race and ethnicity. Ooh, that sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Okay, take a moment and think about the stereotypes you have learned about various racial groups.
Okay, like. That Asians can't drive.
Yes, it's uncomfortable. You don't necessarily have to believe them to include them in your mental list.
Okay, hold on.
No, stop. No, really, stop. No. Stop reading and list a few before you move on to the next paragraph.
Okay. Can I do this now? So you mean to tell me that going back to hold on. You don't necessarily have to believe them.
This is a leading... And this is literally just leading you into a thought process. That's all it is. It's not teaching you anything. This is straight up propagandized indoctrination.
This is fascinating.
Holy criminy, guys.
Yeah.
Right. Which ones came to mind?
That
black Americans are better at sports?
Wait a minute. I'm
that
sorry.
Asians are better at math?
No. Stop.
That whites can't dance?
Stop. Can whites dance? No. Can blacks better in sports? Yes, pretty much. The Asian Americans are better at math. Yes. Do you know why? And there's
proven it.
There's reasons for every single one of those. White people, most of us don't have rhythm. It's just how it is.
Well, yeah, I do though.
Well, I do too, but that's a whole different thing. The reason why most black people are better at sports than white people. Well, most white people, if you want to go down the level, then there is some forms of racism, there always is, but if you want to compare, basically most of the black community are out doing what? Playing sports. They play against each other. They are constantly doing stuff. They are driven to that's their niche. The reason why Asians are better at math, do you know why? Because their culture has a line that this is what you will do, and no one is allowed to go under that line.
Yes.
Whereas the rest of us kind of go, well, here's the line that we would like you to be at, Timmy, but you know what? If you decide that you want to do something else, you can go wherever you want to go.
Yes.
It's called having a standard and setting it. Basically, every last one of these things are standards that these demographics have set for themselves, and they choose to meet them, and the other ones don't.
Wow, guys. Wow.
There are not a lot of blacks.
So white men can't jump. The rhythm is going to get you, and there's not a lot of black swimmers. All true.
All very true.
All very true.
All very true. And you're all racist for it, by the way, but it is all completely true.
So whether we believe them or not, we can all rattle them off.
Because they're all true.
But here's the good news.
Oh, good.
Science confirms that there is no biological basis that these for these racial stereotypes.
You're absolutely right. There's no biological difference between a black guy and a white guy, other than
skin color.
Other than the pigment of your skin. That's it.
Which is why we specifically set up the idea that we're all from one people.
Yeah.
Because we're all the same people.
So here's why I get confused about this.
Human race.
So apparently this is a new thing then.
Yes.
So race is this whole thing with the racial disparities and all this stuff. Apparently it's people think that there's a biological,
I don't know,
superiority.
It doesn't.
I've never understood that. I just thought it was
a culture thing.
It's stupid.
It's
anyway, let's go to step 3. Begin to, and that's in parentheses, understand the concept of white privilege, which this is where
the
she
stepped in.
Had finally become aware.
Okay, so this is the stuff that got brought to the mom. Okay, this is what got brought to the mom, and this is what blew her mind.
Yeah.
Congress is 90% white. Governors are 96% white. Top military advisors are 100% white. President and vice president, 100% white.
Not true.
Not true. Current POTUS cabinet, 91% white. Sorry.
I wish they were right. Anyway.
Yeah, they're not right. People who decide which TV shows we see, 93% white, including BET.
Which is
People
ironic.
who decide which books we read, 90% white. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that our educators are 90% white? Because those are the people who decide which books we read. Now, if you're talking about authors,
yeah,
you're right. That's because most of the people that we read are from the past when those were the only people writing.
That were allowed to write. Yeah.
So people who decided which news is covered, 85% white. Yes, once again, you're talking about a media service that is controlled by a very small group of people
who have been in power and doing their things
and doing their media service forever.
Since literally Moby Dick was a minnow.
Exactly. People who decide which music is produced, 95% white. Also true, but once again, it's the same group of people.
Well, and I would argue, and maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe you're wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But then again, your argument, I bet you anything, has something to do with the new style of media. How we have everything out here today, where people no longer get put into things because of producers that are 95% white. It's because of like American Idol and YouTube. They can actually get stardom and become famous without that junk.
Well, I was going to go there, but there was also another little point. Is it just me? And maybe it is. But we've kind of transitioned into a thing where I have not heard of really anything outside of the world of, say, rap or pop. They all sound very similar.
Yes.
Okay. The stylings are similar. The people that are coming out and making
corporate music.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In the corporate world, a lot of the celebrities, a lot of the big people are kind of black. Not that I'm complaining about it. I'm just saying this is just what it feels like to me. So you're going to complain about how many people are controlling it, and yet it's still favoring the black community.
Apparently so.
Anyway, I'm sorry. It just confuses me. Yes. Anyway, apparently 83% of all teachers are white, too?
Yes, apparently 83% of all teachers are white. Full-time college professors are 84% white. And owners of men's pro football teams, 97% white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is your point?
That was your point, actually, not mine.
What is his point?
I don't think there is a point.
What do you mean? Okay, they're white. Is that actually a problem or not? I mean,
okay, because it starts off. It says, "Here's a go back up. No, go back up
right here.
Yeah, here's a paradox. White dominates the culture, from our government leaders to the professors, to our media stars. Yet, for the most part, far too many white Americans, whiteness remains unexamined."
Can I ask a question real quick before we go forward? All right. In Congress, 90% white. Okay, I gotcha. Let me go back to a little bit between the civil rights and everything else. Before the civil rights, before everything else going on, what about the Civil War? Right after the Civil War, we had a huge congregation of congressmen and senators that were all of, let's say, black. They were all black.
Yeah.
They were also all Republican.
Yeah, that was weird. There was also if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the exact same date and time frame also had they had their own Wall Street.
Yes.
Black Wall Street.
Yes, they did.
They used to have that up and running.
But then there was also a this other thing that started right around the same time called the KKK.
Yeah, I wonder who started that one.
Oh, that was a Democrat.
That was Woodrow Wilson.
No, he didn't start it. He just revived it.
I blame him for officially starting it because it was not as...
He revived it.
He did.
That was Nathan Bedford Forrest, I think. Is that right? No, it was Forrest. It was one of the Forests, but not Nathan
it wasn't
Bedford.
Nathan Bedford, but
it was one of the Forests. And
he was involved with it for sure.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is a lot of this stuff, and part of it, yes, is the one. There are. I'm not saying everyone in these positions of power are being completely nefarious.
Yes.
Okay, but there are people who are.
Mm-hmm.
What it is it's not even against necessarily demographics so much anymore as it is about they just want to keep the power for themselves.
Okay.
Period.
Yes.
It's you can't come from the 90s like we all did, or most of us have done.
Yes.
Where I believed, we had finally gotten past the whole racial thing.
Yeah.
I really thought we had. And suddenly now it's a big issue again.
Yeah. I grew up in an era where that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I grew up in. I grew up in a time frame where it was like, oh yeah, there were a lot of these problems, but we've gotten past this.
Yeah.
This isn't a problem for us anymore.
And
it is down so far.
Be a problem.
And then I became an adult, and suddenly it became a big problem again. Like somebody decided to infiltrate our society and inject stupidity.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to say...
And take us back 35 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that there are not instances scattered throughout America and throughout our day that somebody somewhere is not judged or racially profiled. It happens all the time. Everybody does it. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but it's not near to the extent that it's being made out to be right now.
Right.
And it is driving me insane that they want to just keep on keeping on. But anyway, we got to
move forward.
Step 4 is understand the historical foundations of white privilege.
Apparently, there's a video for that.
Oh, good.
Not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Let's just go through the thing. So
Melissa Harris Perry. We don't want to hear her.
No, I don't want to go Melissa Harris Perry.
Melissa Harris Perry.
All right. So the Naturalization Act of 1790, the Indian Removal Act of 1830, the People v. Hall in 1854, Dred Scott decision, which was a horrible decision, and we all understand.
We all know.
The Homestead Act in 1862, the Dawes Act in 1877, the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1882, the Alien Land Law in 1913, the Johnson-Reed Act, Social Security Act. Wait, what? Social Security is racist?
Well, according to it, it said which provided Social Security to all except agricultural and domestic workers. who were disproportionately Black Americans, Mexicans, and Asians.
Oh. I don't understand how that works. The Wagner Act, the GI Bill, and the anti-drug abuse. The original GI Bill from 1944.
Yeah, a series of federal programs that help veterans attend college, receive job training, start businesses, and purchase homes.
Yep.
Because they said the programs were overwhelmingly went to white veterans. If you go into the military and you qualify for it, they don't hold it against you racially.
Right.
And so all that is just a disparaging difference between how many black people went in at the time as opposed to how many whites went in at the time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
The Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1988.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which imposed harsher penalties for crack cocaine convictions and disproportionately used by Black Americans than for powdered cocaine. So apparently, because crack was used more by black people than cocaine was used by white people, they were hurt worse.
Even though it's the same drug.
Which
I would argue it is true. There was a difference, and I give you that. But you can't.
Right, but
again, this goes back to the local level, folks.
Okay, we have to burn through this.
So understand the concept of racism.
That's step 5.
Good.
We're not going to go through that at the moment.
No, because it just gets worse and worse from there. Explore case study of racism, the criminal justice system.
Oh, so that's talking about
there. I will give it to you.
Cradle to the jail.
Yeah,
cradle to the cell.
Cradle to the cell. Right. Understand the importance of intersectionality, or don't.
Or don't.
That's what I would recommend.
Because it's not good.
Understand manifestations of racism.
They have a pyramid.
We did that pyramid.
They have a pyramid chart.
We did that pyramid.
Yeah, we did do that one.
Yeah, we did.
We did that one a long time ago.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
Blast from the past.
It's right there in our face. And they're teaching that in school.
One? Good Lord.
There you go.
Immerse yourself in racial identities.
Racial identities.
But don't appropriate any of them.
No, never, never. Step 10, explore ways to fight and heal from racism. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we take the advice of other people who have gone through racism and they say the best way to not be racist is to not be racist and not talk about racism like it is still a problem because it wasn't a problem 20 years ago?
Anyway. My head.
Anyway.
You and your common sense.
Oh my goodness.
11, repeat these steps until anti-racist action is an integral part of your life.
Wait, so you're saying that the last step is to constantly repeat this in your mind so that it drills into your head that you are a racist and there is something wrong with you.
Self-propagandizing. And the best part about this is this is literally in that thing, until anti-racist action is an integral part of your life. Translation, you are inherently a racist bastard, and I'm
going to teach you why.
Yes, and you have to learn to stop being such.
Yes, because you are, and you need to stop.
Wow.
Stop it, you racist.
And the best part is that is being taught in our local schools, so I guarantee you it's going to be in one of yours as well. So
isn't that wonderful?
If any of you have parent or have school kids, you might want to kind of look into that.
Isn't that just special?
That's just special. But anyway,
might it be Satan?
It could be.
It could be Satan. Could be Satan.
So anyway, we're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere because I need to get more water and oh my goodness, that was just a lot. There's still so much we could have done so deep in there.
Oh man,
you're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hey, Bugsy, you hear the news about Vinny?
Yeah, it's a real shame he owed money to the IRS and they finally cut up with him.
Just like Al Capone.
If the IRS can get to Capone, imagine what they can do to little old Vinny, huh?
Poor cat, he was on top of the world, then bada boom, bada bing.
What Vinny needs now is an offer he can't refuse.
Hey, you got a tax problem? Does the IRS claim you owe them a bunch of dough? They can get you too. So call the tax relief line now and learn if you qualify to negotiate your $10,000 plus IRS tax debt for up to a 75% savings. Don't be like Al or Vinny and get busted. Make this free call now. Learn how you may be able to pay the IRS less.
Call now. 866-657-8517. 866-657-8517. That's 866-657-8517.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
And welcome back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
Man, what a day.
We are. It is a day.
It is a day and a half.
We are live on Facebook at Defenders of American Exceptionalism, which is DOAE Show. We are at Twitter and Periscope as well at DOAE Show. You can find us at YouTube at DOA Show. Patreon.com/DOA Show.
I think this might be a
repeating thing.
Recurring theme here.
It's pretty simple, really. You keep it all.
We do.
Enclose the thing. We're also on iHeartRadio if you want to keep us on the road while you're driving around. You look at us for Defenders of American Exceptionalism on iHeartRadio. We're also on Spreaker, YouTube, or Spreaker, iTunes, SoundCloud,
everything that you can find. Anytime that you can listen to a podcast or anywhere else, you can find us there. We are
there.
We are there.
We're there for you. That's how it rolls.
I'm here for you.
There was another song I was trying to think of. Said you want to turn around and blast me every time for
I am definitely going to blast songs in your face every single time. It could be so much worse. Okay. Oh wow, really? So that's where you're gonna go?
I was
Genie.
I know, because I miss,
hey, you know what?
I miss Robin Williams.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
I'm not rubbing you the right way.
Thank you so much for going with that. Because you know what, that kind of leads us into our next story.
It does. It does. But before we get into it real fast, Lance, dude, you hit it on the head. So the best way to not be racist is constantly be thinking of being racist. I think that pretty much sums it up, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if I can get it any further than that.
I think you hit the nail on the
rest
head.
of y'all have got some catching up to do to that. Okay, so finally
he nailed it.
We did a survey. We didn't do a survey. We found a survey. Survey says
we didn't find a survey.
We found 2/3 of millennials are certain the Earth is round.
Wait, what? The rest
say it might be flat.
Okay.
So,
sure.
I think the way I read that then is that a survey says 2/3 of millennials are smart and a third are dumber than a box of hammers.
And by the way, so it says millennial. It doesn't actually mean millennial. It means the 18 to 24 bracket. See, technically you and I are also considered part of the millennial generation because we're before the age of 34.
I'm not.
Oh, you aren't? You're older than that? Oh, man.
Thank God.
I'm sorry.
Thank God.
I am part of that generation, apparently.
Sucks to be you.
It sucks to be me. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the ones that are in college or going into college. So technically, they're not even the millennial generation anymore.
No.
They're not the millennials.
No.
That's not who they are.
And that's the scary part.
This is the scary part. This next generation that we have coming up that we call the millennial generation right now, they're not the millennial generation. That was mine.
Nope. And technically, it's an argument because I was born in 81 and December, no less. So I always get the short end of the stick anyway.
Yeah, you do.
But anyway.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot of short ends on the sticks.
It's really bad. So start this off, the question was, do you believe the world is round?
And this is from today.ugov.com.
Yes. And the question next is, do you believe the world is round or flat? 84%, I have always believed the world is round. Now, I'm going to just pause it right there.
I have always believed the world is round.
I've always believed. Now, doesn't that kind of, and these are questions. These are the options that these people are given before they ask the question. It's not like people will sit there and go, well, I believe it. Oh, okay, he said he believed it. This was the multiple choices that these people were given.
Okay, so I'm going to give
They've already led them out the gate, though, saying that it's believed.
Right.
Not that The world is flat.
Is or is not is very different than believe.
It's.
Do you believe?
I believe I'm going to have an aneurysm before this is over. I can tell you that now.
Okay, so just going to go through. Here are the options. I have always believed. I have always thought. But more recently, I'm skeptical. I always thought the world was flat. But more recently, I'm skeptical and have my doubts that it's flat. I have always believed that the world is flat. Not sure. Those are your options.
There's so much about that that's hard to understand.
Okay.
So here's my question. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
One question. Going to the two middle ones. And there's always that middle ground.
Yeah.
The two middle grounds of
not sure?
Yeah, the
two doubts?
The two doubts.
They're like,
how do you enlighten me? And even if you always thought it was flat and you suddenly now are kind of, well, I'm having my doubts. What evidence do you need that is giving you these doubts? What has manifested itself suddenly that you go, And this would go from the other side. You've grown up your entire life being told the world is round, and you suddenly go, but I have my doubts. What in the world makes you doubt it?
What doubt? And they don't go into that. That's the worst part. They don't actually go into what are the doubts, how do things happen, why do you believe that? Why do you believe that? No. They just say, do you believe? And so as a total, 84% of people believe that the world is round. 84% as total. Now, if you break it down, you can break it down by different things. You can break it down by politics. You can break it down by gender. You can break it down by region. But they decided to break it down by age.
Yes.
So let's break it down by age.
Let's break it down by age. We got like a minute and a half. We could do that.
I have always believed that the world is round. 66% 18 to 24, 76% 25 to 34, 35 to 44 34-year-olds, 82% 45 to 54-year-olds, 85%, and 55 plus 94%. By the way,
which that's embarrassing.
That is really embarrassing for 94 for the 55 plus. Those guys saw people go to the moon.
Yeah. How do you really? You saw it happen.
Like that was on TV. It happened. You've had more people go into space in your lifetime than
yeah, exactly. And you're going to turn around now and go, well, no, I don't know. It's like, that was all fake. Whatever.
Again, this is an idea and a subset of indoctrination that you cannot believe the knowledge that has been passed to you via every generation going through. So the 18 to 24-year-olds, 66%, I have always believed. 9%, I've always believed, but...
Again, the doubts. You know where those come from? The internet.
The internet's. 5% say, I have always believed it was flat, but...
That's not from the internet.
4%, I have always believed the world is flat, and 16%
are not sure.
16% of the 18 to 24-year-old generation
I can tell you why they're not
sure.
I can tell you
why they're not sure about what gender they are. They're also not sure about what color they are.
I can tell you why. Do you want to know why they're not sure?
Yes.
Because they're snorting condoms and they're inhaling laundry detergent.
And
that's why they're not sure.
And that's the show.
There you go. We're going to end with that.
Yes, we are.
Get your kids out of public school. I don't need to say anything else.
That's done. We're done.
We're trying to teach systemic racism and propagandize them. Apparently, they're being taught that the world is flat.
Yes.
Yeah, I think homeschooling is kind of the route to go.
Yes.
So y'all enjoy. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. I mean, just sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts, like we wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys. We wouldn't be doing this.
Oh yeah, and hey, shout out. We actually had somebody talk to us via Spreaker today.
Which
Mr.
is
Mark Hare. That's our first person that we've ever seen
or
in
a year of done this. And never had anybody. So, dude.
So, thanks. Keep looking at us. Keep tweeting. You probably don't even hear us anymore. You sound like it looked like you got a little frustrated at the end there. I'm sorry about that, but I hope you're still listening. And if you are, we're trying, man. We're trying.
Look, we're on
Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, everything.
Facebook, DOA Show, Twitter, DOA Show. Guys, we'll see you Wednesday, 9 p.m. Another great show. Don't go anywhere. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.